All right, kiddos, it is Thursday. You have practiced making a line of best fit, putting a scatter plot together. Today you are going to actually work on the interpretation part. So we are going to go to IXL and you are going to search the following code, RPQ. And you want to do this one first before you go to AF2. All right, so we're going to interpret the slope and y-intercept of a linear function. Now, hopefully this is familiar to some of you. Your goal is to get between 90 and 100 on your score, and you'll screenshot that when you're done. So first, reading the problem to make sure we know the context. Sandra is making popcorn balls for movie night with her friends. The amount of sugar Sandra needs depends on the amount of popcorn she uses. So the sugar is the dependent variable. That's why it's on the y-axis. That's the output. So however much sugar she needs depends on the amount of popcorn. So our input is popcorn, and it looks like cups of popcorn. Okay, so we have how much popcorn for sugar. Let's see. I can see a 0.00. I can see a 0.64. What does the slope of the line tell you about this situation? So let's see if we can interpret this. Well, they didn't give us the slope, so let's see if we can figure it out ourselves. So we're going to do rise over run. Let's see. There are 4 tablespoons of sugar for every how many cups? 6 cups of popcorn. So 4 over 6. We can reduce that fraction to be 2 tablespoons for every 3 cups. I guess I didn't see that this point would have worked as well. So let's see. How many tablespoons does she need? 1 tablespoon for every cup? No, that would be 1 to 1, so that's not it. 1 tablespoon for every 3 cups? No. 2 tablespoons for every 3 cups? Yeah, 2 over 3. So they're trying to make sure you understand which value is on top, because 3 tablespoons for every 2 cups, that would be 3 over 2. So I want to make sure we pay attention to the wording. So 2 tablespoons of sugar for every 3 cups of popcorn. All right. We'll do one more as an example. Dr. Garcia, a dentist, just got a new fish tank for his waiting room. As he filled it with water, the tank got heavier. Makes sense. This situation can be modeled as a linear relationship. Okay, what does the y-intercept of the line tell you? So remember that the y-intercept is the point on the y-axis, and what's special about it is it's when the input values, or x values, equal 0. So before there is any water, it tells you the weight of the fish tank. So without any water, the fish tank weighs 30 kilograms. Yep, that matches what we just talked about. So it's going to be part 1, or let's see, Dr. Garcia added exactly 30 liters of water. No, that would be if the line was here, which it's not. After he added 90 liters of water, the tank weighed 120 kilograms. That's not incorrect, but they're asking what the y-intercept tells us, and 90, 120 is not the y-intercept. And then a tank's weight increased 1 kilogram for every liter of water. Let's see, is that true? That's also slope. So if we were to check any 2 points, yep, this goes up 30 kilograms over 30 liters of water, and 30 divided by 30 is 1. So again, that's not a false statement, but it doesn't help us with what the y-intercept is. Okay, so your goal is to reach 80 there. Now 90 to 100, not 80. Once you complete that, right, interpreting slope and y-intercept for just a linear function, you're going to search, yes I am, thank you, enjoying that. You're going to search AF2. Interpret lines of best fit. So we're going to bring this up where we have a scatter plot and we are looking at the line of best fit and its equation to make sense of the data. So for a prediction. Poetry by Me is an app that allows people to share their original poems online. How nice. This scatter plot shows the number of poems some people uploaded this month and the number of new subscribers they each gained. The scatter plot also shows the line of best fit. Okay, so we talked yesterday about how to put the line so that you have values evenly spaced between them. Next week we'll go over how to do that with technology, but for today we're just going to use what they give us. So let's make sure we understand what each piece means in the equation. So we have y equals 20x minus 12. So a linear function, y equals mx plus b, is always written in the form where m is the slope or rate, and then b is the y-intercept. Now you should have just finished the other skill on IXL about interpreting slope and y-intercept. So hopefully this is familiar. So they're saying that the slope is 20. And if we look at the units we're talking about, so we're talking about rise over run, so it's subscribers per number of poems. So this is saying that there are 20 subscribers per poem, or 20 more subscribers per poem. Negative 12 means not really anything in this context because you can't have negative 12 new subscribers, but the line of best fit is sometimes the intercept is not indicative of anything because it doesn't make sense to have a negative number. So let's see what we can do with this. A person who shares 7 poems would likely gain about 152 subscribers. A person who shares 12 poems would likely gain about 228 new subscribers. How would we figure this out? So we did the interpretation that 20 is the slope, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the question of the number of poems, which is x, right? Poems is x, and plug it in and see which one is correct. So if we do 20 times 7, that's 140 minus 12. 140 minus 12 will not be 152. It would work if it was plus 12, but that's not accurate. Therefore, it must be the second. Okay. Again, we have tortoises over time. Protect native tortoises in their habitats. They've tracked the number of tortoises in the conservation area since it was established. So it's showing the line of best fit. So for a certain number of years, how many tortoises there are. So the equation is 2x plus 7, according to the equation which statement is true. The tortoise population increases by about 2 tortoises every year, or 2 tortoises every 7 years. So they're checking to see if you understand what this plus 7 is, and that's the y-intercept. So before the conservation started, there were 7 tortoises. That does not have to do with the rate of change. So the first one is correct. All right, same thing on this. You are going between 90 and 100 on your SMART score. When you finish these, please screenshot them and upload them to the assignment you have in Empower. Be good.